Shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem Kakadash. This is Matazah coming at you with another lesson. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders at GMS who are doing this work with 100% truth and accuracy. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out there. To you all, I'd like to say Shalom. This is going to be a little bit delayed lesson, but it's on the events that took place some days ago, with Trump taking over Venezuela and doing pretty much the unthinkable, but something we really been looking forward to. And why did I say we've been looking forward to? Because it's gonna be one of the things that's gonna kick off Jacob's trouble in this war. And yeah, he went over there and he took things that weren't his. And that's part, it's part of prophecy. And this thing is pretty much is going to give him more enemies. It's going to take away a lot of trust he got with his allies, and it's going to cause all our mayhem at the end of the day. And he just don't care. He's going over there. He's taking resources from other places that don't belong to him. And he don't care. So I'm going to play a few clips, and I'm going to get some precepts to those clips. The usual, per usual. And before I start, I have to say fair use, fair use, fair use. Any clips or material or sound effects made in this video are for educational purposes only. Not monetary, but educational purposes only. Thank you.
Right now, there's a lot more questions than answers when it comes to what the Trump administration is doing in terms of ruling Venezuela. Trump said pretty clearly that his team was going to rule Venezuela. But at this point, the Trump administration is in a way backtracking on this. Marco Rubio has said we're not actually running the country, but we're working with the current leadership in Venezuela.
Changes of all kinds, long-term, short-term, we'd love to see all kinds of changes. But the most immediate changes are the ones that are in the national interest of the United States.
And it's been just 24 hours since Maduro's capture. The dust is still settling in Caracas right now. The United States has sanctioned Venezuela to the hilt, and it's blocked a lot of its oil from being exported elsewhere in the world. At this moment, those export bans are still in place. Now, there's an opportunity here for the United States, if the new interim government in Venezuela begins working with them, for the U.S. to look to ease those sanctions, lift those sanctions, bring in American companies to begin investing and rebuilding Venezuela's oil infrastructure. But of course,
I'm gonna let you guys look at the rest, but that part right there, it's just thievery. They just want to take all the oil from that land and make it their own. It's what Esau do. He come in, he colonize, and he take everything, he pollute everything, he destroy everything, and then he tried to find somewhere else to colonize, lie, cheat, and steal, and pollute everything. He's a man of destruction. He destroys everything and everybody around him. He's a plague, a problem child. It needs to be deleted, and he will be deleted when the kingdom starts up. So let's see what Trump has to say a little bit. Trump like to run his mouth, so we're not going to play.
If you live in a Michigan zip code and have 0 DUIs in the last 5 years, listen.
Like, he literally likes to run his mouth. I hate these ads, but hey.
Okay, thank you very much. This is big stuff, and we appreciate you being here.
And let me repeat myself, this is fair use, fair use. This is for educational purposes only, not monetary purposes, but educational purposes only.
Late last night and early today, at my direction, the United States Armed Forces conducted an extraordinary military operation in the capital of Venezuela. Overwhelming American military power, air, land, and sea, was used to launch a spectacular assault. And it was an assault like people have not seen since World War II.
See how proud he is? He's proud of destroying and lying and cheating and stealing. This is what Esau all about. That's how they get their way. But when they found out, they can't do much. You know. Yeah, he's talking about World War II. World War II was a very, very, very bloody war. And he's proud. He's proud to announce that. He's proud to announce that what he did, what he gave them orders to do. Ain't that insanity? Isn't that what psychopaths do? This is Esau Edom. This is the devil showing his horns. These devils are actually showing their horns. And you 2/3 out there, you're gonna find out what these horns are capable of. This is not a joke. We're at the end times. We're in the end times. We're in Jacob's trouble. We're at the very beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. And it's going to crank up and it's going to intensify. And you Jakes out there, you 2/3 Israelites, and you heathen, oh, best believe you heathen are, you're going to get caught in this thing, and you're going to be so mesmerized and terrified. You're just going to not be able to get out of it. Some of you just going to die from just being scared. Like, you're going to have heart attacks. That's how crazy it's going to be. And yeah, we who are of the hopeful elect, we're going to be scared as well. Everyone's going to be afraid. You know, it's everybody's going to be afraid when this time comes around, because everyone's going to be wondering about their salvation. They're going to have salvation on their mind. Am I one of the chosen hopeful elect? That's going to be the main thing people are going to be thinking about. Especially when they see Yahweh Shah coming with all those ships. Everybody's going to have this in their mind. Am I chosen? Am I of the hopeful elect? But, it's a small remnant. Let's continue on.
It was a force against a heavily fortified military fortress in the heart of Caracas to bring outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro to justice. This was one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might and competence.
See how boastful this dude is? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, why are you boasting over this, bruh? Like, you
in American history. And if you think about it, we've done some other good ones, like the attack on Soleimani, the attack on al-Baghdadi, and the obliteration and decimation of the Iran nuclear sites just recently in an operation known as Midnight Hammer. All perfectly executed and done. No nation in the world could achieve what America achieved yesterday, or frankly, in just a short period of time. All Venezuelan military capacities were rendered powerless as the men and women of our military, working with U.S. law enforcement, successfully captured Maduro in the dead of night. It was dark, The lights of Caracas were largely turned off due to a certain expertise that we have. It was dark and it was deadly. But captured along with his wife, Celia Flores, both of whom now face American justice. Maduro and Flores have been indicted.
What justice is he speaking of? I'm trying to figure that out. Only thing I see is thievery. Pretty similar to what they did to the to Gad and Reuben when they came over here to Americas. Where's the justice in any of this? You're just taking the man's land and oil.
In the Southern District of New York, Jay Clayton, for their campaign of deadly narco-terrorism against the United States and its citizens. I want to thank the men and women of our military who achieved such an extraordinary success overnight with breathtaking speed, power, precision, and competence. You rarely see anything like it. You've seen some raids in this country that didn't go so well. They were an embarrassment. If you look back to Afghanistan, or if you look back to the Jimmy Carter days, they were different days. We're a respected country again, like never before. These highly trained warriors operating in collaboration with U.S. law enforcement caught them in a very ready position. They were waiting for us. They knew we had many ships out in the sea, just sort of waiting. They knew we were coming. So they were in what's called a ready position. But they were completely overwhelmed and very quickly incapacitated. If you would have seen what I saw last night, you would have been very impressed. I'm not sure that you'll ever get to see it, but it was an incredible thing to see. Not a single American service member was killed, and not a single piece of American equipment was lost. We had many helicopters, many planes, many people involved in that fight. But think of that, not one piece of military equipment was lost, not one service member was, more importantly, killed. The United States military is the strongest and most fearsome military on the planet by far.
That's a complete lie. America has lost his power, his power seat. Esau, this might be Esau's kingdom, but America, it's not even a superpower anymore. It's not the strongest nation right now. This man is delusional. America is starting to look like a third world. China is more advanced than America right now. That speaks many things. So how is the military, if the economy and the foundation and the structure of a nation is more advanced, how can your military beat? How can the U.S. military be more advanced than China's? If China, better yet, China is literally supplying the U.S. with items and have been doing it for years. Let that sink in. You see nothing but made in China items in America. Let that sink in. And now China has surpassed the U.S. Infrastructure, military power, all that. He's delusional. And he's going to find out, and these Edomites, they're going to find out the hard way. And and he I don't know if he noticed or not, but it's a lot of Rainbow Crew men in there who don't really want to fight in that war. And I'm pretty sure they know, because they Esau is a creep. He that's why his women are leaving him, because deep down his women know that he's a creep. He's a low key freakazoid. Like, he like his own gender. He don't really like his women. He like his gender. He used the women to reproduce. That's it. And yeah. Do I have to say much on that? That's why you Edomites, your population is decreasing. Your birth rate is low, because you guys are of the negative rainbow, the evil rainbow, the imperfected rainbow. You deal with that stuff. And yeah. That's why that's part of the reason why your birth rate is so low. You guys deal with all types of nasty. And and it is people amongst, the 2/3 Jakes. They found their path in that lifestyle. But hey, that's on them. But it originally came from you people. It came from you Edomites. You guys pretty much invented the rainbow lifestyle. The poke 'em up, stick 'em up. The sword fighting. If you know, you know. But this man right here, he's proud. He's a thief. And he's low key. He's low key going and take what he see he can. But it's all gonna backfire, because the Lord is going to eventually intervene. When Jacob's trouble come to pass, and they try to set up their new world order, Lord is going to intervene, and he's going to shut all of it down, and he's going to slap Esau in chains. Let's continue on a little bit more, then I'm going to give some precepts.
With capabilities and skills our enemies can scarcely begin to imagine. We have the best equipment anywhere in the world. There's no equipment like what we have, and you see that even if you just look at the boats. We've knocked out 97% of the drugs coming in by sea. 90%. Each boat kills on average 25,000 people. We knocked out 97%. And those drugs mostly come from a place called Venezuela. We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper...
AKA, take all the resources, leave it barren and dry, and move along. This is what Esau does. He take all the resources, he take all the good stuff, covet it, and move along. And go to the next land that he can lie, cheat, and steal, like Eddie Guerrero when he was around. His little theme when he was wrestling. I lie, I cheat, I steal. That's what Esau do. That's all they do. I lie, I cheat, I steal. That's their mode. That's their motto, their mission, their goal, their objective. They don't create anything. They just take everything. They thieves. They murderers. They liars. Can't be trusted. They're like iron. They like rust on iron. These people, they are a literal plague. They are a plague on the earth that needs to be cleansed. And they will be cleansed.
And judicious transition. So We don't want to be involved with having somebody else get in, and we have the same situation that we had for the last long period of years. So we are going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. And it has
Basically, colonize, take over, take all the resources, like I just said, make it barren, enslave the people over there, yada, yada, yada. Rinse and repeat what Esau Edom always do throughout history. That's why he's the most hated out of all the heathen. He's the most hated out of the heathen. Let me repeat myself. Esau Edom, so-called white man, is the most hated out of the heathen. Why is he most hated? Because the Lord made him so. He is the enemy of enemies. Even the Lord himself hates him. Yes. The people who you all call God hates the white man. He hates Esau Edom. He said it throughout the Bible. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Let me repeat myself. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. He hates these people. And you can see why he hates them. They're carnal, rainbow ridden, not regular rainbow, evil rainbow ridden, skittle packing, lying, cheating, stealing, disease, disgusting, murderers. That's all they are. They can't do nothing else. They can't go without doing one or two or all these things. They can't. They can't live a lifetime without doing it. These people are wicked. They are the son of the wicked. The children of the wicked. They are the wicked. But enough of that. If you want to see more, you can see it on the screen. You can go check it out, see the rest of that. As for me, I'm going to continue on. And what we're going to do is pull out some scriptures. And I'm going to go straight to the point. Micah 2. I'm going to start at verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. These people, they're thieves. They take everything. They eye it. They want it. They try to take it. They have no remorse. They have no empathy. And they use violence to take what they want. That's what Trump did to Venezuela. He went over there and he used violence to take what he took what that world leader had. He took it by force. He's taking the resources, and he take whatever else he can find over there. It ain't gonna be just resources. He's gonna take whatever he can. And then he did the same to us. He did the same to our people. To Gad, Reuben, to Judah, to Levi, to Benjamin, and all the other 12 tribes. He did it. The Esau Edom did all of these things. He's nothing but a liar, a thief, and a murderer. A straight up backstabber. You can't trust them. That's all they good for. Then I'm going to go to Habakkuk 2. Because this man, he needs to be stopped. He won't stop. He's greedy. He's a literal greedy soul. Like he just has to be stopped. Habakkuk 2 and verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. His faith. This man, is something wrong with this man. Like literally, he has a wicked soul. He's twisted. He's crooked. Yet also because he transgressive by wine, those philosophies, continuing on, he is a proud man. As you saw, he was boasting, just boasting about the military and what his military did, even though it's causing harm to others. He boasts about taking land and property and resources, boasting about being a thief. Neither keepeth at home. He don't know how to mind his own damn business. He don't know how to, who enlargeth his desire as hell. Yeah, this man gonna keep taking lives. Gonna keep taking lives. Don't matter. He's just gonna keep taking lives. To get what he wants, he's gonna keep taking lives. He's gonna keep killing. And is as death and cannot be satisfied. He's not gonna be satisfied. Even if he take all the resources on this damn planet, he's not gonna be satisfied. He's going to try to go to another world and do this and rinse and repeat. This man is never going to be satisfied. He has to be deleted. And gathereth unto him all nations, and heap unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. This man went over there and took that land, and that land was not his. The same thing when Christopher Columbus and his assholes came over here. They came over here and took things that were not theirs. They came over here with Judah, Levi, Benjamin, and also before even all that, they came over here and enslaved Gad and Reuben. They took over, they covet, they colonize, they take what is not theirs. And that thick clay is debt. He laden himself with debt. You know how much debt the U.S. is in? We're trillions upon trillions of dollars in debt. People are suffering. Literally. This should not be a single person suffering or starving. All the food I see being thrown out in these restaurants. Nobody should be suffering and starving. And he keep taking money from other nations. Like China, for instance. He owed China a lot of money. A lot of money. They shall not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of man's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house. I always mess up that word. That he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam of the timber shall answer it. And it goes on and 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 on. This man has to go. This man has to go. Like it's no way around it. Like he's a literal calamity in this place. He's a calamity. He's a calamity. He's a walking calamity. These people, this nation, Edom, people that are calling themselves white people, people that's call themselves Caucasian, they are Esau, Edom. They are a walking calamity. They're polluting everything. They're destroying everything. And they're blaming other people for what they're doing or cause those people to do. For example, my people. They put guns and drugs and all types of stuff on the street and put it before the people and say, go use it or use them. Like, for instance, drugs to drug their own people to pay them. Same thing with the music industry. They tell these ignorant Negroes in the music industry to play dangerous music, wicked music, music that tells other Negroes to kill themselves, get drugged up, to beat their women, telling their women to beat their man, to tell their women to put their man out the house, to causing division. And telling other men to go kill other men and stuff. Like, they are pointing a finger at everybody else, but they are the source of all the bullshit that's going on in the world. They are the reason why the world is the way it is. This is his kingdom. This is how he made his kingdom. You are the problem. And the Lord will have an answer to you people. He's going to put you down. And you're going to stay down until you're deleted. That is the answer. You will be roach sprayed. You are roaches. And he's going to roach spray you and delete you. You're pests. You have to go. That is the answer. And it's spoken about in Obadiah. The book of Obadiah, the whole book of Obadiah tells you what would happen to the so-called white man and white people. That is your end result. The book of Obadiah, if you don't know, go read it. The book of Obadiah tells you the fate of the so-called white people, Esau, Edom. Because of what you're doing now, because of what you did in the past. You did so much stuff in the past, and y'all think y'all got away with it. No, the Lord remembers. One day to the Lord is 1,000 years. Not much time has passed for him. He remembers every single thing. Think about it. Imagine the whole world for 1,000 years happening in one day. You can't miss nothing because you know what happened through that day. It hasn't been no more than shit. It ain't even been 100,000 years. That nowhere near. That should tell you how long it's been. Not even 10,000 years. It's only been a couple of days for the Lord. He remembers all this shit. You people ain't get away with it. He just building up his anger. He like, yeah, I know exactly how I'm gonna judge you people. And it's gonna satisfy me, and it's gonna satisfy the very people that you've been accusing, that you've been stealing from, that you've been raping, that you've been murdering. He's going to satisfy all of that. And you're going to pay back sevenfold for everything you did. And you've done so much. Sevenfold of everything you've been doing since your very existence. You got to think about that. All you people got to think about that. Sevenfold of everything of what you've been doing since your creation. And that goes all the way back to the Garden of Eden. Y'all got to think about that. And y'all very close to your judgment. When this stuff that you see on that's coming taking place, boy, oh boy, when the fire is hot, it's hot. But y'all fire that y'all gonna have, it's gonna be more than just hot. It's gonna burn to the soul and sinew, the sinew and the soul. And we're gonna be happy about it. Because you're nothing but a calamity, and we're tired of you. And it ain't just us. The other nations are tired of you as well. But at the end of the day, we all waiting on the Lord. And he's answering day by day, showing signs that it's almost that time. Whether you 2/3 and you heathen like it or not. Time is ticking. We almost there. It. I said this several times throughout the videos. It's right before your eyes. The Lord is revealing it more and more, and now it's to the point that it's obvious. It's obvious now. You can't turn away from it. And if you do turn away from it, it's going to be right in front of you when you turn your head. You turn away from it. It's going to be at the very angle you're turning to. You can't escape it because it's everywhere now. Just like this word that's being pushed out on the four corners of earth. You can't escape the truth. The truth is setting people free. You can't escape the truth. It's either you accept it or you accept it. No way around it. But with that being said, I like to say and give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash. This is Matazai, and this is a lesson on you crooked Edomites. To you all, I like to say Shalom.